Colonial America, the founding of this country, finding parts of history that are actually in the moment are fun. But unfortunately now, almost 250 years removed from those independence years, it's harder and harder to find authentic original script. But tonight, we got a few colonials, and they are wow. Now, prior to the Union of States, the 13 colonies becoming the United States of America, we were 13 independent states. The states made currency for their respective states at this particular time. And then something known as continentals showed up during the Revolutionary War, and those were the ones that were used to pay our troops, right? So these are the states' notes. Our notes tonight are from Maryland, one of the original 13. All of them are dating during the Revolutionary War itself. So that piece of paper right there, this one in particular, is dated 1775. Hand numbered, hand signed, and look at the value. Look at the value. We're under $200 for a certified note here this evening.
Now, these are so precious that we only sell them certified. This one in particular is certified by PCGS, and that just gives it that validation, that authenticity, certifying that it is authentic. And this one is graded as a 10. So they're also, currency is also graded on a scale similar to coins, the Sheldon scale, where 70 is the perfect. So this one is guaranteed authentic, problem-free. You could see it right there on your screen. It is in beautiful condition, considering this date, 1775.
Now, all of them are cataloged based upon the denomination, based upon the series. Like this one here is December 7th, 1775, which is a catalog series. The unique thing about all these notes, though, is they were not redeemable in US dollars because we didn't have US dollars yet. They were redeemable in 8 bits, which is the colonial Spanish currency. Others were redeemable in pence or the English currency of the day. And that is just based upon the foothold of each of the respective European countries in the country here, the 13 colonies. But these are the original pieces of paper, the notes that circulated by the constituents of Maryland, the colony of Maryland back in 1775. So think about this. We're in 2023, 1775, 1875, 1975, right? 250 years ago, almost to the day, is when this note was walked into a local store to pay for a loaf of bread or whatever else possibly was needed by one of our colonial founding fathers, mothers, friends, where we are today. But again, all the detail, again, we look for a minimum grade level, but it has to have an eye appeal as well. A lot of the notes obviously will be ripped or have pinholes or writing on them, and that is common. It's just part of what is for this type of a collectible. But we look for clear, visual aesthetics. And then, as you referenced earlier, Allie, all of our early colonial notes will always be certified by an outside third party. I can't tell you how many notes I've seen over the last 30 years that were like, wow, I like this. It's great. And then then you bring it to an expert. And they say, well, the ink was from the 1950s.
Right.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
So they got in their time capsule and went all the way back to the colonies and used it. And then, yeah. So we're all about making sure that what we represent is what it is. And tonight it's just one of those fun moments to just go back to where it all started. And tonight it's Maryland. As it references, that's the colonial currency of the day. All of our notes are from the actual period of the Revolutionary War. Most of them are 1775, like you're seeing here on the one on your screen. The quality is a minimum of this grade, but they all have the detail and just the wow with them. Oh, and by the way, anybody talking about the fact that for under $200, you can have a certified, authentic note from one of our founding fathers from Maryland?
Right, we have competition out there selling non-certified notes, similar, but they're $400 or $200 more. So for $200 less, you're getting a certified, at least a VG10, certified by PCGS for the grade, plus, of course, the authenticity, because they would not certify it if it wasn't authentic and original. $200 less.
Here's the conversation on that exact topic today. So Allison comes into my office and we're talking about some of the stuff we're talking about in the show tonight. And she goes, she takes a piece of paper and says, what's the difference between this note and our note? You know what my answer was? $200.
Yeah.
Because the answer is they're very comparable, look and feel, just beautiful circulated notes from our colonial period. They were both Maryland notes. They were both almost identical. The difference though is, as I said, $200. Oh, and ours is certified, which means you know it's the real McCoy. Guys, we got to put a 1-minute clock up. We're down to single digits. Phones are very busy. We have other colonial currency on our website on a regular basis. One note here, one note there. All you got to do is visit us at avccoins.com. And once you're on our site, in the memo part, the search part, just write in currency or colonial. And you'll get brought to a section where all of our vintage Revolutionary War era type stuff exists, and you'll be able to see stuff like this. I know we have some Pennsylvania notes there right now. It's just whenever we see them, we jump on them. As long as one thing hits, they're gorgeous, they're priced right, and they're authentic.
For this one in particular, if you're online, search 905-10514. It will bring you right to that Maryland Colonial Currency page. This one is a PCGS 10. Again, savings of $200 off our competition who are selling non-certified notes, which we can't guarantee are authentic, for more. So $199.95, under $200 for this piece of history. You got to join us.
Annapolis, Maryland, right there on the note.
Right.
Special.